I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm currently about 19 weeks pregnant, and I know usually detoxing is not advised during pregnancy, but I've been told that Biomedic is safe or safe. So I'm just
turn my camera on.
like
Huh? How do you turn my camera on?
Can you hear me? I don't know what's happening. My phone is showing me weird things.
Oh, there you go. Oh.
Okay. So anyway, I'm just trying to make sure.
Alicia, you're on mute again, sorry.
Okay, let's try this again. So I just want to make sure that like with taking Biomedic, that the pesticides that are being pulled out aren't going to damage my baby's development in utero.
Yeah, totally. That's such a great question. And the Biomedic is really gentle and it just grabs onto the different chemicals and encapsulates it. And so they wouldn't recommend it unless it'd been through a ton of testing and that they were 100% sure. And so I would just recommend, cutting it down to one Biomedic a day and taking it really gentle and slow.
Okay, that's good to know.
And then you're flooding your body with tons of nourishment, whatever calories you need. There's, zero restrictions. Just give yourself what you need because you're building a baby, you're building a being. So just use the superfoods to flood your body with nourishment. And it's going to be really supportive throughout the pregnancy process. Also, throughout your postpartum process, it'll be life-changing as well.
Okay. Thank you. And I just have a question about one more product in pregnancy, which is the Aloe Digest. I know there's like mixed things I've read online about aloe, so that was the only reason I was curious.
Yeah, Dave doesn't recommend that during pregnancy, specifically in your later trimesters, just because it can be it can be a little bit too aggressive. And so I would just pause on the Aloe Digest for now. It's amazing. It's soothing. It's great. But just during pregnancy, I would pause on it for extra safety.
Okay. Gotcha. Thank you.
I have a question.
Hi, Nicole. How are you?
I'm hanging in. I've had a tough month. I started period in September and was doing really well. And I got hit with COVID December 28th. And I have underlying Lyme. So I'm having a tough time. It's really affected and causing havoc on my nervous system.
Yeah.
To the point where like my forehead is tingly, my face is tingly and itchy, my arms hurt, and I have really bad nerve pain. So I had to switch over from the Power Shake to the Green Spectrum because of some stomach issues. So I do the BioFruit and the Green Spectrum, but I didn't know if you had any suggestions for like the nervous system, the nerve part, like.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I just read like Pepsid and Zyrtec, each blocker. Doctors said take Benadryl, but.
Yeah. So with nervous system health, that's very much impacted by Lyme. That really impacts the nervous system. So you probably want to work with a practitioner that can really support you at a deeper level. But cleaning up the lymphatic system is going to be really important. So getting the kidneys filtering, the tart cherry juice helps with that kidney filtration. And also the adrenal support, the B energetic is so important to get those kidneys filtering because they work together, and the Lyme hides in the lymphatic system. 1 second. I'm just going to mute a couple people. And so That is number one, and it can take a few months to get those kidneys filtering, but also for the nervous system, got to support those adrenal glands, which is the be energetic again, because your adrenals are what produce your neurotransmitters to impact your brain and nervous system health, impact your focus, your concentration. And then the gut microbiome support, the biomedic, is also huge because so many of our neurotransmitters are produced in our gut. And then I would personally work with the Revive It All as well. And that's for brain and nervous system detoxification and rebuilding and regeneration. And the third thing that I would work with for nervous system specific is the Kids in Focus. And that's very calming and soothing to the nervous system and supports the adrenal glands. And you can just have it in your pocket and take it multiple times a day to start to feel that clarity and that focus and that calming. But I would work, also your fresh fruits like the bio fruit, which you're working with, to clean up the lymphatic system. That's also amazing for the brain and the nervous system. So your fresh fruits are going to be huge for detoxing the lymphatic system and supporting brain and nervous system regeneration. And I had a ton of work to do on the nervous system and my own healing. And Katie is saying no be energetic during pregnancy, for those that are asking, just because it is more energizing and stimulating. But it took me a couple of years to really regenerate my nervous system, but mine was in a beyond depleted state from my car accident. So I had a ton of work to do. It was totally in a state of degeneration. So for others, it won't take as long, but working specifically with the fruits, the kidney filtration, the adrenal support, and brain and nervous system support consistently. And then working with a practitioner at that deeper level to kind of guide you through.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Anybody else want to share any wins, takeaways, things that you're learning, and questions? All right, Lori.
I have
Hi,
two
Haley. Go for it.
Oh, okay. Hi. Yeah, I have two questions. First question about the chlorella tablets. I started taking those, and I took probably too many the first 2 days, so I experienced a headache and sensitivity to bright lights, and I felt really sick. But I'm better now. I reduced the doses. But my question is are those only recommended for short-term use?
That's a good question. No, you can use it long-term use. It's actually an amazing form of protein absorption and utilization. And then it's also a natural heavy metal detoxifier, but it really builds your blood. So it's something that you can take on a daily basis. And we do need, that chlorophyll, that green on a daily basis. And that's an amazing avenue to get that. And it's going to be super alkalizing as well as rebuilding.
Great, that's good to know. And then my other question was, can this detoxification, and then also, I don't know, I saw somewhere online about the chlorella, can utilizing those two modalities dissolve painful fascia adhesions?
That is such a good question. Okay. Fascia adhesions. So that has a lot to do again with our lymphatic system. And so the lymph impacts the fascia and the fascia impacts the lymph. And so my background was coming from chronic pain and injury. And that's how I got into these works. And so I had a lot of scar tissue and all of these things. When you get the body alkaline, so working with your superfoods, your fresh fruits, your veggies, your herbs, it starts to break up that scar tissue and those adhesions. And those adhesions are actually a result of acidosis in the body. And if you were to look under your cells under a microscope, when we're in an acidic environment, the cells are all stuck together. And this includes like fascia and adhesions. And then under a microscope in an alkaline environment, the cells are free flowing. They're able to absorb their nutrients and eliminate wastes. And so it's the same with the body, like as it gets into an alkaline environment, like my spine moved into place, like old scar tissues broke down. So it's really important to work with like the biofruit and the green spectrum and the Be Energetic to really support cleaning up those systems and changing that chemistry.
Wow, that's fascinating. Wow. I wasn't able to find that anywhere on the internet. So thank you for answering my question. All right, thanks.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here. Oh, and the tart cherry juice for you is going to be huge, like doing that consistently and regularly and, you know, even more than one time a day. It's going to help that kidney filtration to help break up those adhesions.
Okay. Good to know. Thanks.
And calcifications, all of that. And then the green spectrum, super alkalizing to break up those calcifications. Awesome. Lori.
Sorry, just unmuting myself.
Hi, welcome.
Hi. So my win is that I went to a pizza restaurant with my family and I didn't have anything, but I just got to enjoy family time, and I had a shake before and I had a salad after, and I didn't have the crash that I always have, like when I go and have pizza and when I have other things and desserts and stuff, I always had the sugar crash.
Yeah.
And then the emotional just like roller coaster that went after that. And I was like, wow, this is awesome.
Yay. Congratulations. Was it easy to not have the pizza, or did it take some, was that hard?
It was hard. So I'm on my third ULT.
Awesome.
And I'm about to start day 11 tomorrow.
Great.
And my candida is really, yeah. I'm craving everything.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
so
oh no,
I guess part of my question then is with that is, so I had COVID. And I actually went to the hospital a couple times, and so they gave me a lot of medication. So I know I haven't detoxed. I mean, I've been doing my superfoods and stuff like that, but I haven't done a detox since then. So has my body been like storing that medication up, and am I about to detox that?
Yeah, whatever comes in has to come out. And so if you have a few days where you're feeling more tired or more mood swings, or just like, oh, what's happening? That's the body detoxing and eliminating. And the way that you know that you're detoxing is it usually only lasts 1 to 3 days. It will come in waves. So it might come back in a different wave as you're detoxing a different element, whether it's emotional or physical. But you'll move through these waves, and it's just the body's elimination. But also if you were on any like oral antibiotics, the gut has to now repair that microbiome, which your biomedic is going to be great for, pulling toxins out and then also repopulating a healthy microbiome diversity, which is really important for our immune system. So,
and I'm on the kids shake. That's what I have.
Yeah,
and hopefully it will come soon with my new shipment. So how many biomedics should I add to that?
If you're doing the kids shake, you're already getting some in, so you might only need like 1 additional capsule, depending on how many times you're doing the shake. I can't remember if you get 1 or 2 servings in the shake. It'll tell on the label.
Yeah, I do 2 shakes a day.
Okay, great. Yeah, so that might even be a great place to start, is just adding the shakes in, and then if you feel like you need more, you can have additional 1 biomedic.
1 biomedic, so not 2, you just say 1.
Yeah, Katie in here just put 1 biomedic per kid's shake per 3 tablespoons.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Thank you. And then with that comes I'm doing the ULT and the immune support.
Great.
So with that, is there anything else that would be helpful to kind of get over COVID and help my detox so that my family loves me at the end of this?
Oh, this is going to be fun for you. So the only other thing I would really consider adding in is the Be Energetic for that adrenal support, because your adrenals are what metabolize your sugars. So anytime we're dealing with candida, we need to address the adrenal glands. So that'll be huge for you. But also it's going to increase your recovery rate. And if, did you lose your sense of taste or smell during COVID? Okay, great.
No, I just didn't sleep.
Yeah. Well, the zinc aid will be awesome because it's flooded with like your whole food zinc and vitamin D and vitamin E and vitamin C. So that's going to support. So you'll have your immune system bases really covered, and then your body will just start to, recover. So adding in your tart cherry juice, maybe a couple times a day as well, to speed up the process.
And how many energetic would you recommend?
I would start with 2 a day, and then you can bump it up to 3 a day first thing in the morning.
2 a day. First thing in the morning. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So with my aminos or whatever, can I take that with aminos?
Yeah, you can take those with aminos. That's perfect. Or with your first shake, either way, whatever is easy for you.
Okay. And then another question is, it's just take your shake when you feel hungry. I usually do my aminos at like 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I was trying to keep my shake until like 8:30, but like 8:39, but I'm hungry before that,
I would have it when you're hungry. I would listen to your body.
Okay.
So I would start with your aminos. And the thing is if we push it off and we don't eat when we're hungry, our body actually goes into a fight or flight state. It boosts our cortisol production, which is a stress hormone. So I would just move your shakes earlier so you don't get into that.
Okay. Awesome.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, Katie.
Hi, thanks, Rita. You're just such a wealth of knowledge. I just love you. So Sarah put something in the chat. I know that she was on the run, so I don't know if she's able to come off mute. So Sarah, I don't know if you're able to unmute. I know you're running. She said, COVID long haul. So there's kind of been a theme today. Sarah, you there?
I think it went. Yes, I got it. I made it off mute and everything. Hi. Yes. Did you read my question? I lost it for a second.
No, not yet.
Okay, great. I can. So I have overlapping symptoms that we thought was thyroid. I definitely tested low for hypothyroidism. And so we began, they gave me the regular prescription that I'm supposed to take. And then I dug in with what Purium things I could use for support. My one question on that would be iodine. Katie and I were going back and forth last night on adding iodine in, extra iodine, when we have thyroid issues or not. I've seen mixed things, so wanted the group opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that I like, from the kelp, you're getting that natural iodine. I definitely like it from a whole food source. And then I would just see what's the best fit for you. And if you want deeper support on that, I would maybe contact Carrie's clinic because they're working more deeply in that regard. You could get her opinion on it. But for me, okay, I definitely would just recommend going through the whole food source. So like your Power Shake and your Green Spectrum are going to have that kelp and that naturally occurring iodine in there.
Great. And I upped my Green Spectrum just because I dug in on the Facebook group and I saw the spirulina recommended for it. So I won't worry so much about doing the ISL droplets as just sticking with the whole foods, which is great. That's easy. So my question follows up. The thing that mimics thyroid symptoms that I know is now just being written about is that long haul COVID, which is such a silly name, but the symptoms that tend to come back, like the brain fog, the dizziness, the fatigue, the hair loss, many months later, and I guess they're saying can last up to 18 months. I have all of that as well, and I am several months past COVID. So part of me wonders if it was just a really mild, like my thyroid's always been there, and what really is plaguing me right now is the long haul COVID. Just because sometimes like the dizziness and stuff is really severe, and the hair loss came on like really fast and furious. So has anyone dealt with that? I know it's so new.
Mm-hmm. You know, just from what I've seen, I see like a lot of old symptoms come back for people. And what often happens is like wherever there's a weakness in our body, like if it is the thyroid, for instance, that's going to be most impacted. And so really for me, what I work on is like getting back to the lymphatic system, because that's how we can really strengthen those tissues. So getting the kidneys filtering and working in a consistent way on that. We have some great articles in our support group all about kidney filtration to test to see if your kidneys are filtering, all of that. There are amazing.
Okay,
groups.
I think I need that. I need to figure that out, because that sounds like a really smart first step. And then when you say in the group, do you mean on the Facebook group, Google kidney filtration? Like
you know, we have our regenerative health app. So if you're not,
okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so check in there, and you can under detox symptoms and things, we have under detox support, we have kidney filtration. And one of us can send it to you as well if you can't find it, but it goes into
okay, great.
how to support that. And for me, that is the foundation. Like, you know, that's where our symptoms are really coming from. So if we can open up that elimination pathway and clear out that lymphatic system, then we can really address like why these symptoms are happening.
Okay, and then just real quick, what products are the best for that? Most supportive, just assuming that I should be doing that either way.
Yep. The tart cherry juice is like the most brilliant thing I've found for kidney filtration. As well, adding in the bio fruits is going to clean up that lymphatic system and the kidneys and the lymphatic. Yep. And then the Be Energetic, because if the adrenals are down, the kidneys can't filter. So Be Energetic is usually kind of first step. And that's also going to be nice for overcoming pain and different things that are happening in the body.
Great. I use all three of those already, but I really lack on the tart cherry juice, so I'll add that in. Should I be doing the Biomedic at the same time that I'm doing the Aloe Digest? I got another round of Biomedic just to up it when this thyroid thing hit. So is that smart, or should I do them separate?
No, you can do them together or separate. Either is great. I mean, they are complementary. It's just going to kind of increase the effects.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Lay, did you get a chance to share? Oops, you're on mute. Hi.
Hi, Rita. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
So I just have a quick question. So I'm on month 10 of ULT. And I've been going through, I found out I had SIRS over a year ago now. And I am also hypothyroid. So I do take medication for that. My question is, so I have been doing it for 10 months, but I only have done 2 full flushes, like 2 actual full flushes. I was scared to do it at the beginning, and then I started, but just the last 3 weeks, I was waiting. It was like almost 2.5 weeks that I didn't have my aminos. So I depleted my amino. It got mixed up in the mail. Something happened there, but so I wasn't getting my aminos. I did notice kind of like a wave of emotions. Like, I don't know if it was just me getting panicky because I wasn't getting my, it could have been a mix of both. But so now that I've got my aminos, I went like 3 days with my 2 shakes a day. I do the Biomedic. I do 2 per shake. So I'm taking 4 Biomedics a day. And I'm also, I upped my aminos because I was without it for so long. So I'm taking 14 a day.
Mhm.
And I just today started super cleanser. And I usually do 2 super cleansers per shake. So I'm taking 4 a day.
Mhm.
But I noticed when I was looking at the, the insert, first time I noticed it, I was like, oh, it says to only take it in the morning. Like, am I overloading this? I just don't want to like throw my body into more of a panic than it already is. So
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I'm going to double check because usually it is 4 a day. So let me see if
okay.
they changed anything.
This is also
Yeah,
coming off,
so it is. It's take 2 capsules twice daily. So 4 capsules a day. That's what I recommend as well. And so, yeah, and with the aminos, like feeling like, oh, I'm missing your aminos do help your production of your serotonin and hormone balance and so many things. So it makes sense. And I'm glad you have them.
yeah, then I'm not sure if it was Lori or the last girl that mentioned it. But I do, like, I go through cravings still where, and it might just be like, because as I've gone along, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna add in this and I'll try like a cauliflower pizza. So it's just all organic cauliflower. So try to just do little things to add in. But then I notice I go on a wave of like emotional, like I'm either lashing out at people or I'm crying and just down. I don't know if I'm like, my thyroid has been pretty good for the last year. I actually put a lot of it to Purium products. It's really leveling me out.
Yeah.
Is it like, should I back off that for like another month? Like, I'm not sure. Like, I notice my cravings are like crazy high. I think my kidneys still need a lot of filtration. I don't think I'm filtering a lot.
Mhm.
And I keep hearing you talk about Be Energetic, which I've never got yet.
Yeah.
So is that something that I should be implementing into my day as well?
I definitely would. So our endocrine system is so important, and the Be Energetic supports, all the different functions of the endocrine system and specifically formulated for the adrenal glands, which is foundational to get those kidneys filtering. So I would add them in. And then they also help with emotional well-being and balancing. And I would add in the Kids in Focus as well. I take both. They're just different properties and formulations. And the Kids in Focus is like very soothing and calming. It helps with that concentration. It's amazing on the emotional well-being. So literally just carry it in your pocket for, a month and just take it anytime that you're feeling slightly off, like if it's a few times a day, just have it under the tongue and it will help to like stabilize and balance and harmonize. And you'll get to a point where you're not like needing it anymore. It's really addressing and supporting the nervous system. And then what would you say your main cravings are right now, just so I can learn more and figure out what's kind of happening?
I want more. I tend to eat, like, I eat fruit all day, and then I try to just do like soups, like I make my own soups or salads in the evening. But during the day, it's like I want not the fruit foods. I want saltier foods. Obviously, like I don't add salt to stuff, but I know it's salt that I'm craving.
Yeah, then I would add in more veggies and veggie juices and because when our body is so intelligent. When it's craving saltier, it's craving our veggies, and that's to repair like our bones, our connective tissue. When it's craving sweets, it's needing more fruits, which is like brain and nervous system and endocrine health and lymphatic cleansing. And your body is going to have different focal points. So like one day it will be really working on like bone and connective tissue. So you need more veggies during that time. And other days it'll be really focusing on lymphatic and kidney, and you need more fruits during those times. So you're at the point where your body's telling you, and it is intuitive. So in the cravings, in the sense of salty, add in more veggies and like green spectrum and those
That
kinds of
makes
things.
sense. 'Cause
Yeah.
I usually, I'll turn to, I'll just make like steamed broccoli and like, and I
Yeah,
just cook a whole bowl of broccoli just to
it's
like.
great. That's
Okay.
awesome. Yeah, keep going for that. Give your body whatever it's wanting and needing. It's guiding you based on what system of the body it's working on.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your wealth of knowledge.
My pleasure. Hi, Jan.
Hi, I have just a quick question, art class. But I have a lot of comorbidities. Just so I had a brain tumor removed, and when I had it removed, I had about a half a dozen or more MRIs, long 4-hour long MRI, and the gadolinium that they put in me damaged my kidneys. So I have kidney disease or kidney damage. The linings are thin. The EFR came back this week and it's at 25, and at 15 you have to go on dialysis. And also then all my platelets are low, like iron, all of that is low. But I also deal with POTS. And so I need more sodium. So I'm like trying to balance. So I was one, and I have a very, my system's very reactive. I'm just now getting to build up, I got a tablespoon of the shake in today. So, and I got in 4 of the, 20. So I got to introduce things really slow so my body doesn't get mad at me.
Yep.
So what would you suggest so I can get my iron, just so I can get out of bed? Get my doctor said I have to start taking a lot of, have to take a lot of salts, and I'm on midodrine and all of that to try to get my blood pressure up, because my heart's not, my brain's not telling my heart I'm standing up and I'm getting oxygen in my brain and I pass out.
Yeah. Oh, you're doing amazing. Great work so far. And like you said, just being really gentle, starting slow. The tart cherry juice is going to be great for building the blood, and for really supporting that kidney health. And it's going to be gentle. And, you can even start with like a teaspoon if you need to be extra gentle and work your way up to a larger amount. I take like 4 tablespoons. So just you can work your way up gently and do that multiple times a day, but that's going to open up the kidneys and really support them. The Aloe Digest, I would imagine being really soothing and supportive on the kidneys. You can get that cleared with your doctor, and double check, just because I want to make sure with whatever they're doing that it clears with them. The Be Energetic as well, for really supporting your energy levels and that communication between the brain and the nervous system. So your adrenals, again, they produce those neurotransmitters to really support that brain function. So I would get that one cleared with your doctor as well. And then the Revive It All also comes to mind to really support that brain health, to clean up like the lymphatic system in the brain. So double check on that one. And then liver health is really important for addressing anemia, as well as gut microbiome, so that we're really absorbing and utilizing all of our nutrients. So the green spectrum is super easily absorbable. And that's going to help with iron levels. That has tons of micronutrients and phytonutrients and minerals that are from whole foods that are really gentle on your body. So I'd be taking that a couple of times a day. And then finally, check with your doctor on this one, just to make sure. But the Can't Beat This, it really is going to be building the blood. It's amazing for iron. It's amazing for oxygenating the body. It does have a small amount of caffeine in there, but in a way that's just kind of supporting the brain and focus. But again, check with your doctors just to make sure it's not too stimulating for you at this point. But that definitely helps with tissue repair and recovery and oxygenation. And like for me, I use it on a daily basis, and I'm not sore from my athletics because it's speeding up that recovery time.
Awesome.
The super xanthan is also going to speed up the recovery time. And it's this really rich red. It is full of iron. So I would check on those things. And everything that you're doing, you know, just taking it gentle and slow. These are all whole foods. They're going to be really easy on the body. So, and, you know, like your Power Shake, your Green Spectrum are amazing on gently detoxing that liver and supporting that to support the absorption of the iron.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure. Congratulations on your healing and sending you lots of love.
Thank you. I'm going to go because my class started a little while ago.
Okay, bye, Jan.
Bye.
And I realized that we are now in our support call. I got like excited and carried away on all the questions. So I'm going to pause on the recording and then open it up to questions here.